I have a message for you, and that message is a very simple one because I'm about to say it's always time to change or upgrade whatever you're doing in selling. That's right. In selling, it's always time to change or upgrade what you're doing. That old adage of "it ain't broke, don't fix it" generally doesn't apply after a year or so, or if a new product is released by a competitor, or if the market changes and the buyer's requirements change. Just remember this: sales is an evolutionary process, and just like any other professional, a good salesperson is continually learning and updating his or her skills. And that is an important issue that you need to understand, because there's one thing that's constant in a salesperson's life, and that's change. And when change comes along, if you're not prepared for it, you'll fall back like you see so many other people in sales that don't prepare for change. What I want to share with you in this module is that far too many salespeople are working under accepted preconceived limits. Now I hear you ask, what is an accepted preconceived limit? Well, let me put it another way. An accepted preconceived limit is in most cases a self-imposed preconceived limit, because it's self-imposed because you've already accepted it, and you shouldn't have accepted it. But if you're not aware of what that means in sales, you should be, because if as many sports people accepted as many preconceived limits as salespeople do, most sports events would be a foregone conclusion. And unfortunately, so many of those sales contests become a foregone conclusion because so many of the people participating accept a preconceived limit. So rather than reducing or restricting yourself because you'll keep on accepting preconceived limits, I suggest you learn to rise above those preconceived limits. And when you do, and when you can accept you can do so much more, as sports people do, your sales will improve. But here's another thing. If you actually get rid of all of those preconceived limits and start believing that you can do something special and you are worthy of doing something special, guess what? Your sales will most possibly soar. Yes, your sales will most possibly soar. And I believe you can both do that, and especially you, because you're entitled to do that. So throw away the shackles, stop restricting yourself, and watch your sales soar. Now, having just heard that, how would you rate your professionalism and integrity right now? Now, many of you know that I've been in sales almost all of my adult life. And what I've laboured on, especially in my training modules and the seminars that I've conducted over the years, is to try and help more salespeople achieve their goals. And in fact, most salespeople never get around to actually putting a goal together. They have a thought or a thought bubble, and they expect that to be a goal. Now, you need to write them down, and you need to work on your goals. You need to visualize them and work on them on a daily basis. So what I keep looking for are good ways to achieve your goals. Because that's one point that professional sales managers also labour over. Yes, they too labour over goal setting. Why? Well, because so many in sales literally can't be bothered with the discipline involved, or they don't really take it seriously. Now, for that reason, I've dug out something that a man called Robert McCain said on the subject. In fact, Robert McCain, I know, pinched this from Stephen Covey, but it's such an important part of setting goals. I want to repeat that and share it with you, because a major part of success in all types of living, including sales, is the ability to put things first in your life. Yes, you need to put things first, because why? To put things first is much harder than to draw on the second or the third or the fourth way of doing things. And it's indeed the reason the majority of our major goals are never achieved, because we spend so much of our time doing the lesser things before the major things. So write down your goal, set your goal, then work your goal. And if you need to do this with the help of your sales manager or someone else in sales, or if you need someone to hold your hand to do it and show you how it should be done, my advice is do it. Do it. Take the plunge to take on the difficult before you take on the much easier. And when you take on the difficult once, it'll be easy to do it a second, a third, and a fourth time. And once you learn the power of setting written goals, your life will change. And believe you me, it'll change for the better. So there you go. I've laboured on goals yet once again. And in my opinion, that's how important they are. Every so often I have a burden, a heavy burden, that I really feel I should share. And you know what? This is one of those times. So allow me to share what I've got on my mind, and that is, do not blame the incompetent for what the competent do. That's right. Don't blame the wrong people for what happens around you. Now, to get this point across, I want to bring up the words of Charles Sorensen, because he says when it comes to incompetence, it isn't the incompetent who destroys any organisation. That's right. It's not the incompetent that destroy that organisation, because the incompetent never get into a position where they could destroy that organisation. It's the competent, those that have achieved something, but instead right now want to rest on their achievements. And these people are forever clogging things up and making a mess of things. And I'll say it again, don't blame the incompetent for the things the competent are doing. That's right, it's the competent that are messing things up, not the incompetent. So work that through and you'll see that happening all around you. We are all aware of the power of affirmations. Yes, every one of us is aware of the power of affirmations, and we're aware of that whether we apply them daily or not. And most don't apply them because there could be a bit of laziness there, or other things overtake your thought patterns. So if you're one of those people, please allow me to share this powerful thought from Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, the author of The Power of Positive Thinking. And he says, what we constantly affirm has the tendency to take over in our thoughts and to produce changes, and changes in attitudes. A simple affirmation repeated 3 times each morning, such as, I'm alive, I feel good, God is with me, and I'm going to have a wonderful day, always produces better than any one of the results that I'd imagined for that day. And I too, like Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, believe in the power of affirmations, and I apply my affirmations on a daily basis, but many times during the day. And if you do, and this becomes something that you do on a regular basis, you too will experience results much greater than you could have imagined. And you know what? You'll generally also have a better focus and a better peace in your life on a daily basis.